Alright, we are back to the somewhat daily uploads. Had to take yesterday off. Had to take my daughter to go get her Easter photo. She hated it. Cried as soon as we sat her down in his lap. But anyways, we're back. And I kind of moved forward on the Ebrake without you guys. So I'm going to show you it real quick. Alright, looks exactly the same. Look at that. Boom, Hoonigan handle. So I 3D printed this handle the other night, and it took almost a full 24 hours. It took like 20 hours for it to 3D print. And I did 3D print it with a hole in it for 19 millimeter, which is what my my caliper said this pole was. But let me try to focus. My camera has a hard time focusing on the pole because it's so thin, but I 3D printed it for the size that my caliper said the pole was, but it wasn't accurate. So what I ended up doing is heating up the pole, getting it super hot, and then just sliding the plastic on, which gave me a really snug fit. So snug that I made the hole all the way up here, and it only went to about like right here. So it didn't slide all the way down, so it's a lot higher than I anticipated, but it still looks super rad, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. But still, no wires yet, so it can't really be used. And instead of continuing to look for that piece, I'm sure it will pop up eventually, and then I'll just make another Ebrake and sell it on eBay or something. But for right now, just to get the ball rolling, I did place an order on Amazon Prime for a new one. So that piece is coming in the mail within the next couple days. Alright, so I have a lot of stuff I have to do today outside of the garage, so I want to just jump forward and get started on the sr20 while I still have time. So I'm going to get my camera, get it set up, and then we'll start working on the sr20. Alright, so I'm going to rotate the sr20 to where it's in a little bit more natural of a light. This is typically how I set up my shots, is I try to just get my object in as much natural light as possible, so it looks the best for you guys. The only issue is, since the camera is going to be facing like this, the sunlight might actually make it to where it is all dark right here. So I'm actually going to rotate the motor over there. That way the camera could be facing from the outside in, so it doesn't get this darkening effect like that. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. See how dark it makes me? There we go. Boom. So next up, I'm going to grab my camera and set it up, and I'll show you guys how I do that. So today, since I'm short for time, I'm not going to do all the shots I need to do to make this scene, so to speak. Because in this scene, it would start off with me explaining what a heli coil is and how it works for those of you that don't know, which I've already kind of did in my last daily vlog. But I'm going to be doing it with my good camera and good editing and stuff like that. So I'm not going to film that part today, because that's something I could film at any time, and it's something that's not urgent. Like, I'm just trying to get the work done today. So I'm going to hold off on filming that for a later date. Probably the day that I edit it will be the day I film that. And then right now, I'm just going to be filming me actually doing the work, which will later be put into like a time lapse or something like that. So I'm just going to set up the shot to where we'll get like a good view of it, that I could either slow down or speed up later and put music behind and stuff like that. Okay, so my shot is set up, and let me show you guys my screen to kind of give you an idea of what's going on here. Okay, so this is what my Canon's seeing. This white square right here is going to be my focal point. So this is the spot that I'm telling the camera to make sure is in focus. Obviously, I'm going to have the bolt that I'm about to drill out in focus, so that's why I have that selected. If you notice, it's also centered along this grid line right here. Well, this grid is very important, and it helps me out a lot. And if you're getting into content creation or photography or any type of like movie making or anything like that, you're gonna want to learn the rule of thirds, which is why I have that grid right here. The rule of thirds is like a known law in photography and videography and all that stuff. I'm not going to bore you with the details because honestly I couldn't even tell you all the facts behind it. But basically it makes your viewer's brain more pleasant and it makes it easier for them to look at when it's set up this way. And then it also gives you more of a distinguished background, something that's more fun for the viewer to watch when it's set up like this. So the reason why I have it on this line and not this line over here or right here and not like up here is basically this scene is set up horizontally. So if I had it set up to where the rule of thirds like that, boom, then my drill comes in and you see my drill drilling away at it. So there's like activity going on over here to my focal point, which is right there. And that's, you know, what the viewer wants to see. If I had it set up like this, then you would see a little bit of activity in this 1/3, and then this 2/3 would have nothing going on except for a boring motor, and that's not going to be pleasant on the brain. The reason why I don't have it on the bottom is because, again, you would see stuff happening down here, but up here would be boring. Same thing for the top, boring up here, action down here. So that's how I came to setting it up right there. Now, it's little details like that in your shots that's going to make your videos stand out from the rest. And that's why, honestly, I feel like my videos look better than most automotive YouTube channels. A lot of them kind of look more like what this video is, where it's just like me holding a camera. Hey, look at that right over there. And I'm not dogging on anybody. I enjoy those videos just as much as I enjoy like Mighty Car Mods videos. But I take pride in my videos for the most part. There's been a few where I've just half-assed it, and those ones haunt me to this day. But it's going to be like stuff like that that's going to really set your videos apart if you're into standing out and having good quality product that you're going to be putting out. One that maybe could one day end up on a TV channel like Discovery. Hey, Discovery, build a trill. I'm just saying. Anyways, it may seem like a lot of hard work to set up that shot because of the way I explained it, but honestly, it took me about 1 second to set up that shot. It's just second nature once you do it enough. Thanks again, Richard. You're the man. Appreciate it. Okay, so we got the camera set up. We got the engine right here. We got the drill right there. I'm going to be sitting right there. That way I'm nice and comfortable and try to line up as easy of a straight line as possible for me so my hole goes in the right way and doesn't get all cockeyed or anything. So we're going to do that. I have my shop vac right here to suck out the metal shavings as the drill drills in. Next up, I just need my heli coils. We should be good to film it. I'll be back when I'm done. Almost forgot my stopper. That would have sucked. Holy shit, boys. We have a threaded hole again. Look at that. Look how threaded that is. Look at that. All those threads that bolts can thread into. Oh boy, am I glad that that's over with. I was really afraid to do that. Like drilling into an engine block just isn't something I want to do. So the fact that I had to do that and the fact that it came out successful is just such a relief. I'm so happy. So that's actually where I got to wrap up today because my wife's on her way home and I do have plans with her. But we will be back tomorrow and we're going to start putting on the manifold and the turbo and feeding all the lines. I have to redo my water neck and I'll explain that in tomorrow's video. But I have the part that I need to fix that, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. This weekend there will be no daily upload video at all because we're taking Friday, Saturday, Sunday to go and see family for Easter. So we're going to be doing that. So I'm going to be out of town, and depending on how like exhausted I am from the weekend, there should be a video back on Monday. There should be a video back on Monday, as long as I'm not too tired. But yeah, we're almost there, boys. We just gotta put on the manifold, the turbo, the engine harness, the flywheel, transmission, and then we're ready to drop in. So that's not gonna take very long. So we're gonna continue moving. We're gonna keep moving forward on this build and get it done. So just stay tuned for tomorrow's episode and all the future episodes, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you that actually watch these daily uploads, leave a comment down below. Let me know who you are, because I really do appreciate it. Honestly, I know that not a lot of people are going to watch these, especially this far into it, like towards the end. But for those of you that do, please leave a comment down below because I would love to get to know you guys. So make sure you leave a like. Let me know that you guys are liking these daily uploads so I keep doing them. And try to wash out all the haters that are going to hate on every video I upload anyways. But anyways, this has been Spiff, and I am out. Thank you guys so much.